Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. As always, I am Jonathan, your host. Thank you for tuning in for another video. This is Quick Bird News, where I cover the highlights of gaming news for the last week. 7 days of gaming news in less than 7 minutes. Since I'm on the clock, let's get it going. Okay, we're going to start with this article published yesterday on Friday, 25 October. It says publishers are absolutely terrified preserved video games would be used for recreational purposes. So the U.S. Copyright Office has struck down this effort for game preservation. The gist of this is that games that were to this point or being lobbied to be able to be held by libraries and those kind of repositories as a historical record is now not going to be allowed. They were trying to get it so that any kind of DRM was not going to be accessible and those games would be available. And the Copyright Office has said no. Look, I understand the issue. I understand why the Copyright Office acted the way it did because of copyright and because of intellectual property restrictions. It's just a shame to me that these games are not going to be available because so many games are not. In fact, the plaintiff in this case, or the people who are asking for the exception, I guess, not plaintiff, the Video Games History Foundation estimates that 87% of games that were produced before 2010 are no longer available on the market. And it does feel like a loss. Feels like a lot of material is gone and not going to be accessible. But our copyright overlords have spoken. Next up, we're going to look at this article from The Escapist, which was published on Wednesday, October 23rd, titled Ubisoft Cancels Assassin's Creed Shadows Early Access and Season Pass. Now, as you scroll down into this, you see that this game, which was originally scheduled to be released in November of this year, is now scheduled for Valentine's Day in February next year. And from their official Discord channel, you can read right here, will 3 days of early access still be given as advertised? And the answer is no. And as you scroll down, you can also see that they've dropped their plans for a season pass. Now, they have dropped the collector's edition by a total of $50, but still, this is not sitting well with a lot of people. You know, we all know that Ubisoft has been a dumpster fire for a while, and everything that's happened with Assassin's Creed Shadows has generated a lot of controversy. Even if you put aside the controversies that have been swirling around this game, if you put aside the rumors of Tencent buying out Ubisoft, all of these things that are happening, to me, this change in their strategy really signals a sense of panic and a lack of confidence in how well this game is going to perform. Their last major game, Star Wars Outlaws, again, if you just put aside the controversy, had significant performance issues for a game that had a 8-9 figure budget and had been in development forever. It really had way too many bugs to be released, and I'm afraid that's what we're going to see this time. But time will tell, right? Next up, we'll look at this article from GameSpot. It was published on Friday, October 25th. Rare World of Warcraft mount returns, but it'll cost you $90. $90. We've learned nothing from the Oblivion horse armor, have we? Anyway, as you get into the article, it talks about the Gilded Brutosaur, the second Brutosaur mount Blizzard has released for World of Warcraft, and apparently it has some in-game functionality, such as being able to check the auction house and the mail auctions, and your mail on the go is shown here. Basically, the gist of it is that players can buy WoW tokens on the Blizzard, on the Battle.net storefront. They can place those tokens in the game where people can buy them for in-game gold. About 2.5 million, they estimate, gold in-game to buy this, which is to get your $90. But the rub to me is that these things are selling so fast that all the WoW tokens in the stores have just been vanishing and going up in price. I know somewhere in Blizzard, there are a couple of executives that are sitting there laughing as they're going through a bottle of Burgundy, saying, I can't believe we keep getting away with this. But they do, because we buy it. Yeah. Next is this article from Eurogamer, published on Wednesday, 23 October, This says Fallout London mod closes in on 1 million downloads as Team Full On gears up for their next fix. And as the article is updated, they've uploaded their next patch. See, to me, this is actually really great news because I love Fallout and I love seeing the content. I'm really looking forward to playing this one. I haven't had the chance yet. I might decide to stream it or upload my playthrough. We'll just see how that goes. But this is awesome, and I love to see this. And this is such a passion project for them. They uploaded this content for free, and from everything I'm reading, it's just spectacular. So kudos to them and thumbs up, and I am glad to see their success is going well. Lastly, here's something that might have slipped under your radar. An article from Dual Shockers published today on Saturday the 26th of October. Former Bethesda designer thinks Starfield 2 will be one hell of a game since it'll address issues from the first game. I understand the guy's point, and if you read the article, he says that because Skyrim was built on Oblivion and Oblivion on Morrowind, that having that foundation enabled Skyrim to be a great game, and that if there's a Starfield 2, it'll be the same situation. I don't agree necessarily, because unlike Oblivion and Morrowind, which were great games, Starfield is not a great game, and nobody thinks it is. It's sitting at a 59% approval or positive rating on Steam as of making this video. I salute the guy's optimism, but I don't think it's going to work out the way he thinks it is. And there you have it, folks. 7 days of gaming news in 7 minutes. I shot for under 7 minutes, went a little over. We'll smooth this out as we go. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for checking out the channel. I appreciate that. And I hope you'll stop back in next week. I'm sure we'll have a lot of gaming news, some big releases coming this week, like Dragon Age Veilguard, the PC port of Red Dead Redemption, and the remaster of Horizon Zero Dawn. All are coming out in the next 7 days, so next week should be a banger. In the meantime, you all take care, have a great day, and you all stay gaming.